Well, the other day, and I'm gonna take you over here and you guys are gonna be like, what? What? Really? The other day, this guy called me and proceeded to chew my butt. Josh, you know you were over here and you sprayed some kind of something or other. As soon as I bought this property, he came back here and put no trespassing signs all up and down through here for no reason whatsoever. Like, I give a crap, dude. I'm not gonna trespass on your acre of land. I'm not going to tread on you. I don't understand. Some people just take it too far. Hey there folks, this is Josh. Welcome back to another beautiful day here on the Stony Ridge Farm. It's mist and rain, just an absolutely gorgeous day here. And we have what I would refer to as a conservative Karen as a neighbor. And I don't know what this guy's deal is or what's crawled up his butt and made him want to go at me. But today I'm gonna tell you the story and I want you guys to tell me if this guy is being reasonable or unreasonable. It's a property line issue and it makes zero sense to me. Come along, let's talk about it. We've had some harsh words between neighbors, and I don't want to have harsh words between neighbors. I want to be friends with my neighbors, but when a guy comes at me and is a jerk for no reason just to scold me, we got issues, man, and we got big issues. So folks, welcome back to another gorgeous day on the Stony Ridge Farm. All around us is a first generation, all out there is a first generation farm. I worked my butt off and built this place with my hands and the help of others. We're in the outdoor kitchen right now, and I worked super hard to build this place. I took an old, overgrown piece of property here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, and I cleaned it up and made it something beautiful, and I had a dream. I wanted to farm. I wanted to start my own farm, and I, by God, did it. And I love it. I love what I do. I love where I live, but I have an issue with a neighbor, and we're going to take you over to the property line, so stick around to the end of the video. We're going to walk you through this. While we're walking in the outdoor kitchen here, we'll kind of give you a little view of what we have here on the farm. What I've got going on, and I want to explain this piece of property to you guys. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 properties that border my property. And these go from anywhere from a half acre to an acre-ish lot to 2 or 3 acres, which are right over here, which is this neighbor that I'm having trouble with. I don't understand why I'm having trouble with him. I've been good to him. I've been nothing but kind to him. I've only had one discussion with him. I actually gave him a window to put in his shed. He put a shed back in his woods without a permit, and I never said a word. I actually gave him a window to put in his shed. He wanted to use it as a deer blind and as a shed. I didn't know he was going to paint it teal green and put it back in the woods right where I could see it, but I don't care. It's his property. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. I do not care. I don't care. So let's preface this. As long as you ain't hurting me, live and let live, man. That's the way I feel about things. Just live and let live. If you're not bothering me and I'm not bothering you, then what in the world would we have beef about anything for? Well, this neighbor, and again, I've helped this guy out. I thought I was being a good, kind neighbor to him. This neighbor contacted me about 4 or 5 days ago, maybe a week ago, and I debated on whether to do a video about this. I stewed about it for a little bit, and what he contacted me about was the most foolish thing that I could possibly think of. So probably 5, maybe 6 years ago, all of this land that you see cleared back here, all that you see over here, all of this was woods. It was overgrown farmland. It was farmland that had been abandoned probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 years ago. And I took it back and I made it pastures. And I'm itching because something's crawling on my leg. I took it back. I made it pastures. This over here is the most unsightly area on the farm, and that's his property right there. I've had trees of his fall, dead trees, dead pines, and you're gonna see them here in just a minute, fall on my fence. I never asked him for anything. I never even mentioned it to him. He knows they're dead. I told him, you got some dead trees back there. They're probably gonna fall on my fence. I just told him, man, look, he's like, well, why didn't you call me? I'd have helped you. Honestly, you'd have just been in the way, bro. I just wanted to get it done, get it out of the way, and I don't hold it against you. I'm not that kind of neighbor. I'm not that kind of guy. I'll give you the shirt off my back. I don't need beef with you. I don't need it. I'm of the opinion, and you guys second this emotion down in the comments if you feel this way too. The fewer people we keep in our circle, the better off we are going to be in our lives in a lot of situations. The fewer people we keep, especially in our close-knit circle, the better our lives are gonna be. You need a good woman, husband, wife, whatever. You need a good core group of friends and acquaintances that you treat like gold, and until they turn on you. And this guy turned on me. I don't know why. So we're gonna take you guys over here. The deal was, I went along my fence lines. I've got a new product that I've been using. It's a non-glyphosate weed killer and brush killer. And I went around and I hit some of these pine trees that I know are gonna grow up and encroach from his property and part of my property over my fence lines, and they're gonna cause a problem in the future. So part of farming and part of owning a place like this is being able to anticipate the bad crap that's gonna happen in the future to keep it from happening. I mean, that's just common sense. This gentleman, again, about 5, maybe even 7 years ago, planted these little plants, and they're called yellow bells. I'll post right down here what the official name for them is, but I call them yellow bells. They are an invasive, non-native plant. They're a pretty little plant. You can order them from the state of North Carolina. You can order them, they cost about 25 cents a piece. You can order them, and they make a big, beautiful yellow bush that overgrows and will overtake an area. In other words, if you planted one in that corner right there where all that crap is, that's not a pretty place. It would get so big, it would fill this whole area, okay? People use them for hedges in between their houses if they don't want to see their neighbor's house, and they're pretty and they're good for pollinators. So I fully support the idea that he planted them. What he did wrong was he planted them on the property line, on the line. The line doesn't belong to me, and it doesn't belong to him. It doesn't belong to either one of us. We are to respect that line as we would respect each other as neighbors. Now, I don't care that he planted them on there, and I would never hurt them if my life depended on it. I would never intentionally hurt them. I would never do that. Well, the other day, and I'm gonna take you over here, and you guys are gonna be like, what? What? Really? The other day, this guy called me and proceeded to chew my butt. Josh, you know, you were over here and you sprayed some kind of something other on those pine trees on the line, and then you got some of my yellow bells too, you know, and I can't see where I maybe got one of them. I asked him, I said, man, look, I remember when you planted those. I remember like it was yesterday. I didn't understand why you were planting them in the first place. This is 200 yards from your house through the forest. It is through the forest. He said, well, I wanted to establish a hedge, and I wanted to keep that area maintained and establish a hedge. I'm gonna take you all over here, and you're gonna see what a hedge is. The plants still are only knee high, and there is no hedge. It's just brush growing up. It's just what happens when you abandon land here in North Carolina. Brush grows up, and brush is growing up. It's encroaching in over on my land, and I don't care. I just want to keep the trees off the fence. I keep a space between the fence and the woods wide enough to where I can get a mower through there. So 12 to 16 feet. Let's just hop on the four-wheeler. We're gonna ride over there, and I'm gonna show you guys what this guy is fussing at me about. And I'm gonna tell you what I told him, which was, I'll tell you again when I'm over there, but I said, dude, I don't understand why you planted those there. He said, what do you mean? I wanted a hedge. I said, it's in the woods, bro. It's on the edge of the woods. It's 200 yards from your house. You wanted a hedge. You should have planted a hedge on your property, not on the property line, and then we would never have this problem. If you'd have planted them 5 feet within your property where a hedge might make sense, then that would have been great. But this hedge isn't blocking anything. My property's more beautiful than his property is over there. It looks like a mess, and he's fussing at me. Basically, I've got a Karen for a neighbor. Now, let's also go into a little more detail. This and this are important. This guy has a shooting range that points directly from where he fires his firearms into my pastures where the cows roam and at my building. The other year, I would say probably 4 years ago, I was out here mowing on my tractor, and I keep hearing protection in, but I heard pow, 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 pow. And I was like, what in the world's going on? So I stopped the tractor, shut it off. If you guys don't understand what it means when a farmer shuts his tractor off, it means business. I don't shut the tractor off. I leave the tractor running. When we shut the tractor off, we mean business. We got something serious to talk about. So I walked over the edge of the hill there, scared I was gonna get hit by a stray flying through the air, and I said, hey man, I'm mowing right here, like right over the hill from you. I'm mowing right here. Can you hold off until I get done mowing? Wow, we're shooting into the ground right here, but it'll be okay, it'll be just fine. No, it won't, bro. When you're discharging a bullet, it could ricochet up, bounce up, tumble up, and hit me in the head, man, or poke my eye out or whatever. I was like, no, you need to stop shooting. He kept on shooting. Did I fuss? Nope. They shot probably 6 more times, I guess to be a smart, and then they packed it up and left. And since then, I haven't had any issue. All he'd have to do is say, hey Josh, we're gonna be over here, we're gonna be practicing. Are your cows in that pasture? No. Go for it. I won't be mowing over there. I'll know that you're over there doing that. That's safe, that's smart, that's intelligent. What he is doing is stupid and it's wrong, but I'm still not scolding him for it, and I'm still not being a Karen to him. So let's go over here and let me show you what he's fussing about. It's ridiculous. Clear front. This is the pathway that I have between my fence and the forest. This is my property, all my property right here, and I have been maintaining it, keeping it mowed back the best I possibly can. You can see how I pushed back all the brush to keep it off of my fence. I left the big pretty healthy tree right there. That's a sycamore. And it's really rocky down in here. I cannot get down in there and mow, but I can take a little chainsaw and push this stuff back. All right, so you see how wide this is. This is at least 40 or 50 feet wide. Now you see how wide this is. It's about 12 feet wide, something like that. Now this fella is property line obsessed. I'm gonna be kind of quiet since I'm over here. He might be over there listening. He does not know that I make videos. He's property line obsessed. He has stakes up on his property, and he says, don't touch my stakes, don't bother them. Nobody's going to bother your stuff. Look how this pasture looks, and then look at what his place looks like. I'm not going to hurt anything. I'm going to take care of everything. If your trees fall over, and let me show you real quick. You see that dead tree and that tree, and there's another one over there, and then there's one leaned over here. Those trees are gonna end up on my fence, and I'm not asking him for anything. I don't care. I'll take care of it. That's me. That's what I'll do. He's super property line obsessed. As soon as I bought this property, he came back here and put no trespassing signs all up and down through here for no reason whatsoever. Like, I give a crap, dude. I'm not gonna trespass on your acre of land. I'm not going to tread on you. I don't understand. Some people just take it too far. Let's ride up here and I'll show you his property stakes. He's super obsessed with it, and I'm gonna show you these yellow bell bushes. We are on the border of his property and my property, but his property is 20 feet over in the woods. The property line kind of cuts up through here and goes right along this edge here. Can you tell? That's yellow bell bush number 1. Can you tell where it is? Let me walk over here and show you. It's on the property line. The property line's way off here. That's it, right there, okay? That's yellow bell bush number 1. You're gonna build a hedge right there? What do you mean, dude? What kind of a hedge? If there's anything, you've got... That's not a hedge. It's just not a hedge. It's a great place for the deer to eat. I'm sure of that. But the property line, now you guys see how far the property line is off of this little section. Now it gets a little closer up here. I'm talking really low here. I'm gonna try and keep it quiet. Oh, by the way, you got a yellow jacket nest right there. Maybe he'll find that. That's probably my fault too. As we come up through here, you can see where I got rid of these pine trees which were encroaching. This is my property. They're on my property right here. The line is right over in the woods over there. Now, here is a property line stake. So the property line shoots back through the woods that way. He's super obsessed. He's super obsessed about these stakes. Now, the stake is right here. The first yellow bell bush next to the stake is right there. This is the line, and he planted them right on the line. I told him, I said, dude, if you're planting things right on the property line, you're just asking for a problem. I said, I don't understand why you planted them there. He said, so we could create a hedge. Do you see any type of beautifully manicured flower hedge right here? No. He planted them there to draw a line in the sand that this is mine and you don't come over here. And that's a bunch of bull crap, man. Why would you do that? Again, 19 neighbors, and I've got one acting this way. Let's continue to ride up through here. This is part of the hedge, evidently. The property line, again, goes right up through here. And here is one of the yellow bells that I got. Right there. That one has been sprayed a little bit as I was trying to push this stuff back out of my field, okay? It's on the property line. Here is another one in my little pasture area here, in my little field. Here is another one. Here is another one. These are encroaching in on me. Continue on up. There's another one. There's another one right there. These, again, are encroaching over onto me. I don't care. I don't care that this bush, look, check it out. This bush is, the center of that bush is the property line, and everything from here that way is on my property. I don't care. I do not care. The next thing this guy tells me when I'm on the phone is, if you need to cut any of those trees back there or get any of that stuff, you just go ahead and do it. What are you calling me for, dude? You calling me just to fuss at me. You've been sitting in the living room and you haven't had anybody to fuss at for the last 15 years, and you're gonna pick me, the guy that would give you the shirt off of his back, the guy that's cutting your dead trees off of his fence and advising you have dead trees falling on his fence. It's your duty as a property owner, by the way, if you have dead trees and you know that they are dead, to get rid of those dead trees so they don't damage your neighbor's property. Again, I don't understand. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. There's a property line marker. And that's the end of it. That's the total end of it. So that's the end of the property line marker. We've got 75 feet of bushes that this person, this evidently conservative Karen, wanted to chew my butt about. And what I did, I'll tell you guys what I did in reaction to it. First thing I did was say, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. If I accidentally got any of those bushes, I'm so super sorry. I did not mean to. I'll be glad to reimburse you or plant new bushes. You tell me what you want to do. Whatever you say the cost is, I will take care of it. I will absolutely. I'm so sorry. That's the first thing I said. When he continued to proceed to chew my butt, I told him, I don't understand why you planted them on the property line. They're just going to grow up and encroach over and push out where I mow. He said, well, you can cut them if they get over on your place. Well, they're on the line. They're on my place. I told him, I just know that this scenario is just going to cause problems after problem after problem in the future. Let me give you $500 to cover the cost of them, and then I'll keep that area maintained and you never have to worry about it again. He said, well, I want a hedge right there. Do you guys see a hedge? Do you see anything pretty? It's not going to be pretty. It's never going to be pretty. It's nowhere near. Do you see his house? It's nowhere near his house. His house is way back over here. They have a firearms range right there, which shoots directly toward my building and my pasture. Again, just be reasonable, just be smart, just be a good neighbor, and that's what I was trying to do. I want your guys' opinions on this. I understand that he planted the bushes. I understand that I got, from what I can tell, one of them, maybe two, got just nipped the edges. And the spray I put on is non-glyphosate, and it only kills the foliage, okay? So the plant's gonna come right back. It's gonna come right back. Basically, he planted a weed that grows flowers on the edge right here, and I'm supposed to respect it and never touch it again as it slowly grows in and encroaches on my place. He's got trees. You see these straggly, scraggly looking things that are about to fall over. He's super, super obsessed about a poplar tree. This poplar tree right here. See how tall that is? Super obsessed. He thinks everybody wants to cut that tree. I don't care about your poplar tree, bro. I don't care. If you guys live in the South, you know those trees bring lightning. They draw lightning. I don't care about your tree. I want to be a good neighbor, and I want you to be a good neighbor, and you shouldn't call me up and chew my butt over some plants you planted on the property line that are always, always, always going to be a problem. And unless I pointed them out to you guys, you would never even know that they were there. Tell me what you think, guys. Am I being unreasonable? Is he being unreasonable? What's the solution here? I told him, I'm sorry. I don't, he wanted an argument, and I told him, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I'll pay for him. No, you don't need to pay for him. He just fussed at me. He just wanted to fuss. He just wanted to fuss at me. Why? Why do you want to fuss at me? Why? Beautiful pasture, raggedy mess. I keep it nice. And the last little piece that he put on me was this. And I think this is where it all comes from. I think he's just jealous. I think he's jealous, and he's angry, and he's jealous. He's an angry, jealous Karen. What he said was, well, clearly you have the means to take care of this stuff, and the ways and the means and the equipment and the money to do all this. So, clearly you're more well off than I am. Bro, I got nothing to do with what you've done with your life at all, man. I have gotten out here and worked my butt to the bone. I never see you out here working. If you were out here working, your place wouldn't look like crap. That's all it is to it. Get up, get out, get off your butt, and don't get off your butt looking for a reason to chew your neighbor out for something as stupid as that. We are all better people than this, guys. We are better than that. We are. I'm a good neighbor. I care. If he called me up in the middle of the night and said, Josh, I need you, I would be there. I'd still be there. Don't be a Karen to your neighbors, man. Don't. And if you're jealous of them, of what they have, or if you're envious of what they have, and you want more with your life, then get off of your butt and go get it. Do it. Do it. Nobody's holding you back but you, man. Go get what you want. That's it. That's life. Thank you guys so much. I hope you learned something today. I hope you had fun talking about this. Please post comments. Let me know. Give me your feedback. I don't think it was right of me to accidentally spray it. I don't think it was right of me. And I told him I'll pay for it. I'll make up for it. I'll plant new ones. But it wasn't right of him to plant them right on the property line and make this fictitious hedge and then call me and fuss at me about it. It just wasn't right. Again, I give him the shirt off my back, and I still will. I don't care that he's been mean to me or been rude to me. I'll still give him the shirt off my back. Kill them with kindness, baby. That's what you got to do. Even if you're out in the field mowing and they're shooting at you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge. I just had to tell the story, man. You got some of my yellow bells, too, Y'all come back now. You hear?